Let's get voluminous. I'm Zoo and I hate video games, and my fan is interfering with my microphone again. I'm trying to find a way to place it where it won't, but that's very difficult because everyone knows that microphones and fans are natural enemies. So it's time for more Wargroove. This is a game I keep saying I don't know if I'm going to play the whole thing on stream. If you want to. This is... I forgot. Sorry, I just got distracted. What was I saying? Right, it's a game that I keep saying that I don't know if I'm going to play all of on stream, and I still stand by that. But I do feel like I should keep going at this point. It's a game that I feel like individual maps are going to start taking far too long after a while. That's one of the big problems I have. Alright, here's some anime for everyone. And my controller is not working. Isn't that a good way to start? God fucking shit. Oh, this tangle of wires. Everything should be wireless, yet nothing should be wireless. That's the whole problem. Alright, it's definitely plugged in. Alright, you heard me plug it back in. And it's still not working. Joy. Okay, now it's working. That's good. I love when things don't work and then they start working for no reason. That's just my favorite. It's not frustrating or confusing at all. Alright, 1 second here. Let me fix a couple things. Alright, that's already fixed, so that's good. Alright, still doing arcade. I could do puzzles, except I can't, because it's not unlocked and it doesn't tell me how to unlock it just yet. Alright, there's the dog map that we just did. I'm really good at getting 1 stars. That's my talent. Getting the lowest possible score, I'm very good at it. Act 2, Mission 2. And it looks like we're this fellow. With Sedge defeated, Emmerich faces a new Florian threat. I'm the ruler of this forest. The Gloomwoods are the home and hunting ground of my tribe. Why do you enter our land armed and armored as you are? In shining steel with shields and swords. You see, Greenfinger, they're invaders. They've come to slay the Florian. Sedge will... No, Sedge, this is Greenfinger's duty. He said duty. Your invasion ends here, humans. I will protect the Florian at all costs. Hey, Xenon. Oh, good. That appears to be an angry golem. Hey, Bad Road, good to see you. These gloom giants are a force to be reckoned with. We need to try and keep them at a distance using our trebuchets. Sorry, I gotta do that again. Trebuchets! While our trebuchets are unable to move and attack within the same turn, their range and destructive power render them an immense threat to our enemies. Of course, the trebuchets can't hit what they can't see, sending battle pups into the mountain to provide us with the perspective we need. Alright, so we start out by moving this dog into a mountain. Isn't that exciting? That did absolutely fucking nothing. Now this trebuchet can kill this turf. Take that, turf. This one can move. Well, let's see about moving this dog closer. Can't quite get to the next set of mountains. Oh, can't get into either mountain. Well, that's no fun. Can anyone get into that house? They sure can. We get to shoot turfs with a trebuchet. Hell yes, we do. I'm assuming that all those golems are actually turfs. Alright, it looks like I can then stab it. Already off to a good start on the quotes tonight.
Lightning blast!
Oh, I should turn down the volume. I should definitely turn down my speaker volume. Not the volume on your end, the volume on my end. The volume on your end seems to be fine. Though if anyone wants to prove me wrong or tell me I'm wrong there, I will listen. Glad to hear it. And hey, Andy. Let's get these doggos moving. Already started doggos moving. Alright, I should bring out some pikemen for those easy crits. Ah! Oh man, I guess I'd better not make any horribly annoying sounds then, eh, Christy? Alright, swordsman moves ahead. Doggo moves to mountain. Other doggo does nothing. General can take the house over here.
This should be advantageous.
Yesterday was Saturday. There wasn't a lot of miking. Hey, just because my name rhymes with that lyric doesn't mean that I appreciate you besmirching it like that. Let's bring out a second pikeman. Trebuchets have to move forward and search for more turfs. Doggo moves towards the next set of mountains. That plant fellow looks really sad. Ooh, can't quite get up there close enough. Can I kill this? It's only 63. Swordsmen are not good. Like, in general, they tend not to seem even particularly worthwhile. Alright, trebuchet... Well, pikemen can come up close. Trebuchet can also come up closer. Could just have the dogs attack them. Wouldn't do a lot of good, though. Alright, let's just send in the general.
This should do the trick.
Oh no. Don't do that. Alright, these doggos can finish off this salad. To lay off the ranch. Dairy's not good for them. Ooh, these guys have a really hard time moving along stuff that isn't roads, huh? I guess that makes sense, since they have wooden wheels and all that. Alright, from the barracks, pull out a knight or a ranger. Let's set up a ranger for now. Jesus. Okay. Well, that's unfortunate. There wasn't really a way I could get into a position where that was predictable either. That seems like a cheap trick. It seems like something I actually had to know ahead of time. And I don't think that's great in this case. I don't know. How solid are they? They are vulnerable to giants specifically. And also dogs and sperm. Alright, let's put trebuchet. No, because that only halves the damage. It doesn't actually... Ugh, this is not good. Alright, we're gonna have to move the trebuchet down a couple spaces to here. That way it's not in the giant's attack range. What are these guys called anyway? Oh, they're called giants. An immensely powerful unit, critical hit when at or below 40% health. Oh, good. I sure do like that a lot. Not horrible whatsoever.
This should protect us.
Thank you for the host, Riz. Giants, dogs, and sperm, the three genders. That's right. Okay, so hear me out. What if this giant were to get shot in the face? What do y'all think of that idea? Well, Rez, welcome to the jungle where we have fun and games. And plant people. I'm gonna punch this house. That went well. This is... Oh, right, I have a... I can put out another unit. Oh, let's toss another battle pup out there to replace the one we lost. Oh, that's gonna instantly destroy the building, huh? Oh yeah. I'm not happy about it. Dude, that's inside the shield they're doing that much damage. That's nasty. Alright, now we're gonna wreck this fucker's face. These guys have a crit? Critical hit at max range, gotcha. Which, that's almost max range. Which is like max headroom, except not as existentially terrifying. Oh, I can't get close enough to kill it now. Great. Just what I needed. Alright, that puts it at almost 3, almost 30. Oh, I'm starting to think that I'm just too bad at this game to actually complete it. Glad you made it back, Xenon. It's a big, scary world out there. Oh, come on. It said that he wouldn't get to counterattack. Apparently there are random numbers in this. Well, I'm fucked. That's like practically game over. I was told very specifically by people that that nothing was randomized. So now I know that's bullshit. Frustratingly bullshit.
This should do the trick.
Oh, very mature, Riz. So, yeah, there's nothing I can do about this guy. He's just gonna trash something.
Lightning blast! I have a spell for this.
Yeah, this is still the tutorial, and I'm getting torn apart.
Lightning blast!
I'm so annoyed. One of the things that people kept telling me, okay, they've missed, apparently. That's even stranger. Why did it miss? It just did 0 damage. So I was told when I got this game, and one of the things that attracted me to it was that there was no random numbers. But that said that would do enough, when the dog attacked, that said it would do enough damage to kill it and it wouldn't be able to counterattack. But then it counterattacked anyway. And then the next turn it attacks when it's supposed to get a critical hit and instead does 0 damage. So I'm really confused, and I think that might have been a bug. None of that made sense. I'm absolutely bewildered as to what just happened. Alright. I can take out either of these two. I probably should have done the other one. Because the pikemen would have been able to take them out just fine. Alright. Oh my god, there's another giant. Which is just going to... still just tear him apart because I wasn't able to get him far enough away. Great. I'm not feeling good about this map. I very much feel like there's something I'm missing and I'm not being given any hints as to what it is. And that's at about the point that I figured that I was going to stop playing this on stream, so it kind of sucks that it's the very first thing that happened, like, when I started up the game. This is...
This should do the trick.
very annoying. Why did that not do damage? Why did that... oh... no, why did that not... it did do damage, okay. I was looking at the wrong unit. Come on, Gaston, up here. No, quit stomping on keyboards. You know better than that. I understand video games very, very well is the problem. One of my favorite video game facts is that they're designed by humans and therefore very imperfect. So if anyone tells you they have the perfect video game, you can laugh at them real loud. Not what I meant to do. God damn it. That's on me. Yeah, those crits are just too much. You're at no health, so I'll just leave you as a distraction. But I think this is game over very soon.
I have a spell for this.
Well, at least it does damage. This guy's able to pump out troops, like high-level troops, really fast. Because he has 4 towns, I guess? 5 towns? Yeah. No, because that one's not even captured. Apparently I'm not going to get a crit because it's a house. Why is... I thought they always got a crit when they haven't moved this turn. Also, apparently this guy can critical hit when stationary. Why is it not showing the... Now it is. What the hell? No, there's something actually wrong here. Y'all saw that, right? It's showing the numbers wrong. That showed a counterattack from the giant. Ow. Okay, that's showing no critical. See, look, it's showing a... Why? It's showing the moving in melee. I guess because I moved across that? Why would it think that I want to do that, though? That's just some weird defaults. That's some weird-ass default settings. That is showing crit now, or not showing crit on that, but is showing crit on troops now, so that's good. There just seems to be weirdness going on with these giants.
This should protect us.
Put down that shield. Okay, that is captured. It just showed gray when only part of it was showing. And that's not a crit because she can't... Okay, that's not a crit because she can't actually hit it without moving. That makes more sense. I'm gonna tell y'all a secret. Streamers are bad at video games. Especially the ones who are supposedly the super pros. They're the worst at them, they just don't show it. Really should bring out a knight, I guess. I really should wait for a trebuchet. There's a lot of turfs around. Oh, hey, look at that. I guess these strange little lizard dogs are turfs, because they're getting trebucheted too. Mean. And there's another goddamn giant. These giants are too strong for me to take out easily, and I don't like that. Especially with more and more of them appearing basically every turn. Now, I may be wrong on this, but it really feels like the whole thing here is have the most high-level troops as quickly as possible to win. MLG actually comes from the French phrase for mal à la games, meaning bad at games. I like that. I'm gonna start telling people that. There we go. I don't think that was max range. I don't know why that got a crit. I feel like there was one more range to go. I'm probably wrong, and if someone were to go back and clip that, they'd see that I'm wrong. So I'm just gonna leave it. Let's get on another trebuchet. Huh, I thought he'd go for the crystal. Nah, why bother when you can just instantly kill anything in your path? I don't know, that crystal doesn't seem all that useful if I'm being honest. I much prefer the dogs take a second turn groove. God damn it. Can't attack.
Lightning blast!
I guess this one can go around this way, since that one seems to be moving north. You need to back out. You can take out these guys. just send out more swordsmen for now. No point in having you attack him up close, right? Oh, God, no.
No.
I will not stand idly by while you threaten... Oh, great, you're gonna do something more powerful? Just what I needed. Okay, that time it did way more damage than last time, so yeah, I'm fucked. It seems almost like the giants do less damage when they get critical hits. Yeah, that's over.
Was foolish. No.
Alright, well, I'm gonna try something else. I'm gonna hit that BRB and then don't go anywhere, because I'll be back. I was hoping we'd at least get a couple maps of that in tonight, so that's kind of annoying. So I've got a couple of games that I've been thinking about wanting to stream. The problem is that all of those games are much too resource intensive, so my computer can't handle streaming them. One of them is BattleTech, which does not look like it should use up my entire video card's GPU capacity, but it does. And the other is Resident Evil 2's remake, which absolutely looks like it should use up my video card's entire capacity. So I have no idea what I'm doing. Which kind of describes most of my life, if I'm being honest. Let's see, what are some games? I could just play Dark Souls 2 for a while. I just finished a run through, so I could start New Game Plus. How's that sound? The New Game Plus in Dark Souls 2 is a bit more special than in the other games because it actually adds some new, like, cool cinematic events throughout it, which doesn't happen in Dark Souls 1 or 3. So that's fun. Alright, sure, let's do that. Let's get this set up, make sure the resolution's correct. Come on, windowed borderless gaming, get working. Are you gonna work? There we... No, you're not gonna work. God damn it. Just a second. The whole thing is fucked up. Oh, I see what happened. 0 and 0. I had to change the offset in the windowed borderless gaming because I was stretching things in a certain way. That's what she said. Alright, now game capture. Change to Dark Souls 2. I guess I should... Scholar of the First Sin again. Dark Souls 2. Apparently there's a game called Bleach Dark Souls. I didn't know that. I'm guessing it's based on the anime Bleach. Now, because this is a Dark Souls game, mods, please be prepared. This is a game people think is extremely difficult and therefore stake their entire lives and reputations on it. Dark Souls 2's community tends to feel less like that, but it still happens. Now we're playing in offline mode. To do that, you actually have to set up a firewall rule to tell it that it's not allowed to go online. Unlike Dark Souls 1 and 3, where you have an option in the menu. Alright, so here's the character. You might notice a theme with some of my characters. We can either... yeah, let's just start on the New Game Plus. The theme is clown. The theme is clown, Riz. That's the theme. Oh, that's not great. Alright, just a second. I'm gonna have to switch where my preview is. Because the Windows preview is slowing down the game by 5 to 10 frames a second. So I'm going to have to turn on the preview on my phone. Which I don't like doing when I can avoid it. Because it's got a much heavier delay on it since it's on Wi-Fi. Because it's got a much heavier delay. No, I'm trying to turn down the volume. Stop with this. Stop with this. Alright, there we go. Here we are, Dark Souls 2. Scholar of the First Sin. This is my current build. You might notice that this sword is quite large. It's the Crypt Black Sword, and it's one of my favorites. I used to use a pure strength build, but I decided that I could get more damage out of adding intelligence and faith to increase my dark bonus, which adds damage to this sword. I did not say that, thank you very much. It is absolutely the size of the sword. Second journey. NG+. Trying to think if there's anything I want to do before I continue. I can let's at least max out on poison arrows. That means Gavlan, wheel, Gavlan, deal. No, you're not Gavlan. You're just some chump that looks like it. Okay. It's a pretty good shield. I hit him so hard his shield went flying. He didn't even block.
Make deal with Gavlan.
Alright, now let's just buy all of the poison arrows. And start this character's second loop. Now, normally you'd start here in, like, rags. But, I feel like I've been here before. Also, this guy just has a bird for some reason. Huh. Isn't that interesting? Look at all these birds. Wish I had a bird. Anyone ever feel like that? Like you just want to have a bird? That guy's bird's an asshole. Now those are replacing the little crypt doggies that are here in the first playthrough. Now this guy's just got a bird-shaped shield, which isn't really the same thing. There's the regular crypt doggies, kitties, gremlins. These are what's normally back there. They don't want to hurt anyone. They're just adorable. Whoa, what? Oh, hi. I'm already being semi-invaded. These are... what's they're called? Shades? Specters? I'm actually forgetting the word because I'm heavily medicated. Now there's lots of little things around. See, that's the fun, is playing this game heavily medicated, because then I don't automatically remember where everything is. Anytime you pick up something at the edge of a cliff in a Dark Souls game, prepare to be ambushed from behind and pushed off said cliff. It's not good game design, but it's pretty funny once you get used to it. Oh right, bats are birds, everyone knows that. Halloween birds. Let's see, is this the right? Yeah, this is it. Okay. Now, up ahead here is an ogre. Ogres in this game are... ogres are one of the biggest problems in this game. Basically, the size of the enemy will scale up and down depending on which area you're in, and the hitboxes then scale exponentially. It's a big problem. It's very difficult to predict whether an attack can hit you when you're in a certain spot. Because basically every ogre is a different size, and therefore their hitboxes, hurtboxes, whatever you want to call it, vary wildly. Oh, I missed. Like that? That one was my fault. Don't worry about it. That's why I usually take them out with arrows, though. Again, I'm blaming the fact that I'm heavily medicated. Which may actually be the reason that I sucked at Wargroove, too. Oh, right, I'm not immune to hollowing anymore. When you go hollow, it removes your clown paint. Everyone knows that. They are such a cute design. I just fucking hate actually dealing with them. Which is not something I say about a lot of things in this game. But they are just not fun to actually deal with. Ooh, that one hit me good. And these guys just drop the Falconer armor, which is just something that's already available very early to buy, so it's kind of weird. Get out of here. Now, I'm prepared to say that the build I have currently, in a lot of ways, kind of breaks the game for the first few loops. Oh, these guys are gonna respawn, huh? Get out of my face. So this time, we're gonna use my regular way of dealing with the hippo trolls. Which is bow and arrow. Specifically poison arrows. Whoops, that was not a poison arrow. There we go. And now... when I say Dark Souls is an easy series of games, I mean once you figure out how to abuse the bad mechanics, it's an easy series of games. And if you find Dark Souls challenging, I'm glad, as long as you still find it fun. Because I know that these games are, for a lot of people, just frustrating and nothing else. And a lot of people have no reason to want to overcome that because the games don't offer them anything. And that can be frustrating. But, as the only Dark Souls fan, I want these games to improve to the point that more people can find them enjoyable. Dark Souls 3 are interesting but more frustrating. I don't know. I find Dark Souls 3 to be I find Dark Souls 1 to be the easiest, and Dark Souls 3 to be the most exploitable. Dark Souls 2 strikes a bit more of a balance.
What seems to be the ruckus?
Oh my, your face. The face of the curse.
The face of the curse is clown paint.
It's an undead. An undead has come to play. They all end up here. All the ones like you. You spoke to that kind old dear, didn't you?
You're finished. You'll go hollow. Yes, you'll become one of them.
Hollows prey upon men, feast upon their souls.
You'll note that the Fire Keepers are blind, but they do have eyes in this one, which I always thought was interesting.
What is your name? At least you know your own name. Here's your reward for sharing. It's a human effigy.
Take a closer look.
Who do you think it's supposed to be? Think back, deep into your
This makes a
hearts.
lot more sense the first time you get here.
Yes, it's an effigy of you.
Because you're just a squishy hollow zombie.
All people come here for the same reason, to break the curse.
You're no different, I should think.
doesn't stand a chance.
Well, you never know.
Next hippo I am gonna try and fight.
Go through the door.
Melee style.
Trot along to the kingdom.
But remember, hold on to your souls. They're all that keep you from...
Here's where we get meta and remind you that this game's so super hard.
No longer. You lose your souls. All of them. Over and over again.
Do you get it? Do you get what she's saying? Do you get the joke? It's so good.
This is a limbo. A link between Drangleic and the outer world. Fair traveler, I know that you must have a story.
This is truly the Dark Souls gaming. No, it's the Dark Souls 2 of gaming.
This lost, decayed kingdom.
Now, I'm gonna just point out something that I've always found really strange about a lot of the fan base of these games. Y'all are hearing this wonderful voice acting, right? These excellently stylized graphics, this gorgeous lighting, this wonderful story that's taking place in the background. A lot of people who say they really like Dark Souls say that everything is subpar except the gameplay. And I don't understand that. Because holy shit, these games are beautiful. I think Dark Souls 3 or Bloodborne, one of those is the most beautiful. They both are extremely stylized in very different ways. Alright, first bonfire lit. As far as I'm concerned, those elements, the environments, the story, the character designs, the voice acting, are the whole reason I'd try to muddle through the gameplay. That's how I felt when I first started playing these. The gameplay grows on you after a while. You just have to... I don't know, I'd say it's an acquired taste, but it's not acquired by everyone who tries. Oh hey, look, there's a fella up there. Shall we shoot him? I'm gonna shoot this guy. Hey, hey buddy. What's up? Oh, I predicted your movement, you shit. Oh, I missed him that time. Oh, I missed. It's fine. Aha, bullshit. I'm gonna get him. I'm gonna get him, y'all. There we go. Now he's poisoned. Now he's really fucked. Give that guy an arrow. Guys love arrows. You know it. Is it gonna be enough damage to kill him? Now, poison in this game is about as dangerous as toxic, which is like the major poison in the other games. And then this game also has toxic. Which is, if you're not on top of it, basically guaranteed death. Alright, I have so much torch. Also, anyone who says these games don't have tutorials isn't paying attention. There's stuff to familiarize you with the controls, and then there's boss fights after that, which teach you the various mechanics of the game. I'm not saying that that's necessarily a good way to teach. For most people. I think it is for me. But anyone who says that these games just throw you out there without telling you anything didn't pay attention. These games are actually pretty hand-holdy at times. Oh yeah. That's the HRT coffin down there. Dark Souls said trans rights. A coffin doesn't change your gender, Riz. That's ridiculous. However, it can help you look the way you want to and present the way you want to. Do you feel that you are not the gender you were assigned at birth? The coffin isn't what changes that. Get with the program, get with the times. Now in Dark Souls 3, there's a character whose gender changes depending on your character's gender. Or I suppose your character's presentation. And that was the designer trying to be homophobic. But I believe that by doing that, the creator, the designer, actually created a gender-fluid bisexual character. This is where you trade stuff with crows. Which is, for some reason, a feature of every Dark Souls game. So, let's trade with some crows. This is how you do it as quickly as possible. You have to drop them one at a time, but you can just do them all in a row. Not what I meant to do. Implied gender fluidity because it's the best you're getting. I did hear about the lesbian space crime. It's a little disappointing as our first ever gay space crime goes. But I'll take what I can get. Anything real good? That Soul of a Proud Knight's pretty good. Titanite chunk could be good if I decide to actually switch out any equipment. Alright, now we gotta drop down here. Now you don't get to keep your fragrant branches of yore between loops, which is interesting. Those are what turns people who have been turned to stone by one of the two curses in the game, turns them back to human, or lion in some cases. And you don't get to keep the branches between loops, you have to find them over again. Alright, come over here then. Jerk ass. Now, there are not many people who would disagree with me when I say platforming in Dark Souls is the worst. The jump controls are shit. The fall dynamics are shit. This is true in all the games of this series and its ilk. Fortunately, I've gotten good at it. That doesn't mean I'm proud of that. And I still fuck it up sometimes. Here's me painstakingly lining this up. Dark Souls 3 probably has the best platforming, and it's still unforgivably terrible. Hybrid Heaven. I don't think I've played Hybrid Heaven. Oh, I forgot to light my torch. Lighting the torches doesn't actually matter for shit. At this point, it's just kind of a tick. The only place lighting torches matters is there's a couple bonuses you can get from lighting all of them in a couple of areas, including this one. And there's... oh, what was the other thing? Oh, right, if you light a particular torch in the crypt, then you unleash a new type of monster. Ah, my torch is a shield. Your argument is invalid. Breaking the door, because fuck opening it. I had a few PlayStation memory cards. Knockoffs. Third party. I had a few of them that would delete my saves fairly often. Didn't have any knockoff N64 memory packs. Break the door down. Oh, like Jericho, Christopher. That silly, silly man. Alright, now this is one of the guys that you need a fragrant branch of yore to soften. And some of the torches are behind him, so... or one of the torches? A couple of the torches. Had one real N64 memory pack and one knockoff. One wanted to be unplugged before turning off the system, and the other didn't, and I could never remember which. Ouch. Now, if you're online, there's a lot of bloodstains in that cavern. To this day, I have no idea why. I guess people, like, intentionally die to something, or intentionally drag an enemy there, and then intentionally die to it. I think it's a meme. This is a super secret area. There it is. So, pro gamer tips. Try jumping off. Morning Star and the Sacred Chime. no reason for me to really be collecting a lot of this treasure. I'm just doing it just because. And now I have 2 sets of binoculars. In the original version of this game, before patch, I think 1.04, you could use the binoculars to briefly get a massive speed boost, and it was silly as hell. Alright, we don't need to go that way just yet. Rather, we should introduce ourselves to the members of this community. This is Emerald Herald, related to Herald Angel.
Are you the next monarch? Or merely a pawn of fate? Bearer of the curse, I will remain by your side till this frail hope shatters. Take this with you. May it ease your journey. Go on and see the king. He who made Drangleic what it once was. He who peered at the essence of the soul. King Vendrick. Bearer of the curse, seek misery. For misery will lead you to greater, stronger souls. You will never meet the king with a soul so frail and pallid.
Hey, that's a skin condition. They might be related to Bill Posters.
You have that distinct scent, the smell of irreversible fate. This is Majula. It is a kind of settlement, a place where life is almost normal. And in Drangleic these days, there are very few places like that.
Jesus Christ, Christy.
I am Solden. And like you, I lost everything.
Salden is crestfallen.
And now I'm here. You probably heard.
That's the word they use for people who give up.
Here. Well, that's not true.
For many, it comes right before Hollowing.
There's nothing here for you, me, or anybody.
The interesting thing is, each game has a crestfallen character. In Dark Souls 1, they go off to die. In Dark Souls 3, they remain just crestfallen and depressed. Salden gets better.
Do you know much about souls?
So just so y'all know, Salden gets better.
I'm told that the soul is the essence of life itself. Anything living, sentient or no, supposedly has one. What we call the curse is traceable to the soul. Do you see what that means?
It means that maybe we've got the whole thing backwards.
To walk this earth. That's the real curse, right there. We undead will never die. And that's quite a predicament, really.
I'm really fond of this shield. It's the shield of the king. And it actually belonged to Vendrick at one time. It's my favorite looking shield in the game, just because of this fucking crest full of dragons and shit. Think there's anything over here? No. Let's go meet the best character in the game. No, not you.
Who are you? Oh, it doesn't matter.
He just wants me to help him open his fucking door.
I packed my tools in here, seeing it was vacant, but now somebody's gone and locked the door.
Man, what an asshole. Alright, now let's go see the best character in the game. If you've played, you already know who I mean. Aw, that's very sweet of you, Bad Road.
Oh, undead are we? And one without much time remaining.
She's a cat.
Just about ready to fall apart, I'd say. Not exactly the time to be chatting with a cat.
She's also invincible and immortal.
Well, suit yourself. Oh yes, you may call me Shalqua.
Shalqua.
Enchanté. So, what did you want anyway?
It turns out, no, that I didn't disappoint you.
Wonderful.
She sells rings. In fact, one of the best rings in the game. And some other decent rings, too. The Ring of Whispers lets you talk to a certain character. The name engraved ring is what you use to basically set up a password for co-op, so that two people can get to each other's games. Ring of the Evil Eye absorbs health from defeated foes. Red Eye Ring is made to basically make enemies see you from further away. And the Silver Cat Ring keeps you from dying if you fall too far. Shalquar is 1,000% the type of name a cat would give themselves, yes.
This place is already dead. Everything will crumble and waste away so that something new may be born. Isn't it wonderful?
She's so sweet.
Nothing suited you, I presume? Well, that's dismaying.
I mean, I already have all the things I need from you from the previous playthrough. Oh, come on, fall. There. This would be important on a first playthrough. There's, I think, 13 Estus Flask shards in the game. And you only need 11 of them, so... By the time you're finished your first playthrough, you've probably maxed out your Estus Flask. We just met her, but I would die for Shalquar even though she cannot die herself. These are what I call the Angry Piggos. They are ridiculously powerful for monsters found this early into a game. And if you're not ready for them, they can absolutely gang up and kill the fuck out of you. Again, I'm overpowered. I'm very good with numbers. We can't go into the mansion yet. That comes a little later. And we've got one more person currently in town.
Hello there. Welcome to my shop. I'm Morlin, and I sell armor. Oh, sorry, Please do have a look at my wares. I could really use the business. If you'd be so kind. I came from the west, from Volgan. Have you been there? It's a lively place, vibrant with trade. Very competitive, of course. And you have to grease the wheels to get anywhere. But I didn't have the funding for that, so I left home in hopes of striking gold. It's been years since then, and I've made very little headway. I don't even know why I'm still here. Everything's all run down and dying. It's terrible for business, really.
Now, Majula is where all the fire is linked to. Hint, hint, nudge, nudge. And people who are hollowing and seeking the fire often find themselves coming here. There's a lot of people slowly and sadly hollowing in this game, and it makes me cry.
A group calling themselves the Blue Sentinels have gained much power in Volgan. You can't even run a shop without their blessing. They claim to be working for the greater good, but it's absolute hogwash.
Yeah, Moglin's a sweetheart.
I do hope I see you again.
He's the one who sells you boss armor. Huh. For some reason, I thought he was supposed to have the butterfly set there. No, it's the butterfly shield. And he doesn't have it until +2? Didn't have the... Huh, I could have swore it was +1, but I guess it's +2. Next loop, he'll have a cool set. Alright, so our first stop is the Forest of the Fallen Giants. In your first loop, this is just a treasure chest. Just a standard-ass treasure chest. In this loop, it's a mimic. I knew that, so I just killed it. If you needed any more proof that I'm overpowered, well, that was it. And that's just from playing normally. A lot of people will say that the subsequent loops in these games are more difficult, but they never really are. I've always found that once you hit New Game Plus, the game just gets easier and easier as you go. Maybe I'm just really good at building characters? Standard ass treasure. I mean, like a butt. What do you think? Or possibly a dildo? That could be an ass treasure. Here's me painstakingly lining up the jump. And there's our ogre. He will not attack unless you get right up close to him. So don't worry about him just yet. While we take out all these hollows. Now, regardless of how overpowered I am, the basic strategy is always going to be the same. For melee, the main thing that you want to do in all of these games, Dark Souls 3 more than the others even, is walk up, sometimes with a shield, sometimes not, depending on the enemy. Because the shield slows you down very slightly. And then you circle around them counterclockwise, and after they attack, you hit them. For Dark Souls 3, that works on literally every human-shaped enemy. In this game, it works on most human-shaped enemies. Alright, there's the bonfire here. That's one bonfire that people actually tend to miss. I even did for a long time. Now let's fight this ogre. Let's see if we can take it out in melee. Okay, that's not very much damage, is it? That's better. Some of the larger enemies, as you can see, have to roll instead of just walk. Easy. And we get another Soul of a Proud Knight from it. Good stuff. Now, because that actually did a number on our sword's durability, that's something that's actually a problem in this game compared to the other two, is your durability drops a lot faster. Now, the reason that you want to always go counterclockwise instead of clockwise is there's a weird quirk to these games. Nothing and no one is left-handed. Like, once you notice it, it's really kind of weird. And I suppose that's actually a thing in a lot of games. And that doesn't make it any less weird. But once you figure out little quirks like that, things kind of fall into place. Oh, I should light my torch before going out, because there's actually a thing to light up here. The armor I'm wearing, by the way, is Havel's set. This game happens far enough back in time that Havel's armor has not turned into rocks yet. In Dark Souls 1 and 3, it's fossilized. Okay, I forgot that falling in the water would put out my torch. Fuck it, I have flame butterflies, we're just gonna go for it. I have a few of those left, I'm sure. Those let you just light your torch whenever. I should have bought more of those before switching, but oh well. And fuck that guy. And this guy? Fuck this guy. Don't get me started on this guy. Hey, you know this guy? Fuck him. And his friend. Oh man, this guy. This guy's an asshole. Don't get me started. I already said don't get me started, probably. Fuck him. Oh yeah, and then there's this guy. I don't have to take him out like this, but it'll be a little quicker. Now, one thing that's a little disappointing, but also probably for the better, is the corpses don't stay permanent physics objects in this game. How does armor fossilize? Ask Havel, I have no idea. I think it's just because he called himself Havel the Rock. So he could either have his armor turn to stone, or he could pay royalties to the WWE. Oh, another one? How many fuckers are there? Alright, now let's light this torch. Oh, I have 30. That's more than I thought. That's handy. Much better. Again, not really a point. Just by like to. Oh, right, this fucker. This guy just starts climbing down the ladder as soon as you get close to it. And then he tries to step on your head for a while. What an asshole. It was a graveyard smash, Andy. I agree wholeheartedly. And over here is normally where you'd go to take out that guy who was throwing the fire bombs down at me. But we already took care of him. So we're just gonna go over here and steal his treasure. That's what he gets, right? For throwing fire bombs at me? Fuck that guy. There's stuff on the floor here. Looks like pauldrons. Hey, it's a skeleton. Hi, skeleton. Wait, do I not have wave? No. No, there's a wave. I'm waving at the skeleton. I can tank through a lot more damage here than one would normally expect to. Don't worry about it. One of the biggest problems I have with the series on the whole is what people have started referring to as reactive combat. Basically, in most situations, if you attack first, you fucked up. And I'm not fond of that idea. Demon Souls was a bit better in that regard. And I believe Bloodborne is supposed to be as well. What's up? Yeah, go falling, you fucker. Hello! I gotta get Alice to do the Skeletor voice. Oh, whoops, did not mean to fire an extra arrow. Alright, we've got one more dude who's gonna show up over here. Yeah, that's not happening. Dude, not cool. Fuck that guy. And here we are at this tower place. That's the official name. Now this is the merchant hag Melentia? Meletia? I think it's Melentia. She steals stuff. For instance, she stole this key. Remember how Lenegrast couldn't get into his forge? That's why. Now we'll just buy the important stuff. Alright, we're good. She also sells some minor spells to get you started. Thanks. I already have the +2 though. Speaking of which, I can actually trade out the flame quartz ring right now for the +2 Silver Serpent Ring, which increases the experience I get. Souls is experience and currency both. It's a hybrid. Malentia, yeah.
You're a stranger to this land. Oh, we get as strangers these days. Everybody's gone and run off. Drang Lake's been up a pile of rubble since the war fought long, long ago. When the giants crossed the sea. It seemed like the battles would never end. Poor folk like myself had nary a place to sleep. That's why I keep all me things right with me.
I can relate.
You may travel light, but methinks you bear a burden of your own.
Oh yeah, light. That's how I travel. See this armor? It doesn't weigh a damn thing.
They say these trees grew from the remains
You do have to choose whether to use it as experience or currency, yes.
of your life growing into what you see now. But you know what they also say? Don't believe what an old hag says.
It's extremely plentiful, though.
It's high time that I pick up a move. I've a bargain for you. Next time we meet like that one.
Is that the only drawback of the build? Oh, if you mean the heavy armor? I wouldn't even call that a drawback. Because... basically, as long as, see in the lower right corner there, it says 63.6%. As long as that number, which is the weight you're carrying, stays at 70 or below, you can still dodge effectively. So that's not even a drawback. You do dodge slightly better for each 10% increment below 70, but it's not that big of a deal as long as you can keep at 70 or below. Alright, let's go exploring. First we can go up here. So there's some treasure up here. Now if I get caught off guard by something, it's because it wasn't there in the first loop and I haven't played a second loop in a while. Any door that looks like it's breaking can be smashed, by the way, even if it's locked. There's some Titanite shards, that's always good to find. Those little blue lizards are called crystal lizards, colloquially. And they tend to carry upgrade stones and Titanite, which is also an upgrade stone, so I don't know why I said that separately. And if I attack a treasure chest like that, it means I'm checking it for mimics. Man, look at this asshole. Oh, I like how a sword completely missed me the second time, even though it went right through me. What a dick, am I right? Trying to come at me like that. Divine Blessing is another healing item. I keep thinking I should practice my parrying. But parrying, honestly, is so touchy and such a limited use case in these games that I've never bothered learning it effectively. It's just not that good of a mechanic, though some people swear by it. Oops, I missed. Damn, I'm good. Let's see if I can make this jump. You don't actually need to make this jump to get this. But it feels good to do. Which you can't say that about much of the platforming in this game. It's just a sweet little jump that if you fuck it up, it does not completely destroy what you're trying to do. Also, you'll notice that the lock-on and the camera are fucking terrible. Sometimes it'll just lock onto things way the hell off to the side or way or above or below me. There's not a good reason for it, but it happens. Hey, you. Yeah, you. Come at me. You're too slow. I mean, I'm basically Sonic the Hedgehog. Look at me. That's what Sonic the Hedgehog looks like. Okay, now these guys, they'll surprise you every time. They like to just fall over backwards. Metal Gear Sonic. In the movie, yeah. Oh, whoops, I missed. And that's him falling backwards on me, like I said. I hit the ceiling there. I believe I was actually within range to hit him, but I hit the ceiling, so it thought I was attacking through a wall. Which enemies can attack you through walls. You can't attack enemies through walls. It's pretty cheesy. The secret, I think, to really getting good at these games and understanding them is realizing if something happened was your fault or the game's fault. A lot of people, when I started playing these games, told me the secret was to realize that it was always your fault. And that didn't sound right to me. And then I started trying to pay attention to when something was my fault and when it was the janky mechanics, and started to realize that a lot of the time it was the janky mechanics. And that gave me a lot more patience to work with the game. Alright, here I'm going to re-equip the fire ring. Can you tell why? Do you think something's going to happen when I run down there, maybe? Uh-oh, it's a fire lizard. Oh, good. So normally those fireballs come straight down the tunnel, like that. But he was off-center because he clipped into the wall slightly. See, Badro, that's why I jokingly call myself the only Dark Souls fan. Exactly, I gotta flip the fire resistance setting on my elemental belt real quick. It's a good reference. Well, I could just shoot that thing to death, but it's not really worth fighting right now. I can't get through where it's at. You have to come at it from the other side. Which isn't something I want to do right now. More life gems. And now we're done with this this area down here. Shit, was there a way back up? Oh, there is, but it's a long way around, so let's just use the aged feather to get back to the bonfire. We call that boning out. And that's because normally you use an item called a homeward bone. But once you get to a certain point in the story, you get the aged feather to replace those, and it lasts indefinitely, so there's no point in using homeward bones anymore. We do, Andy. Come on, you should know that one. You watched, like, those entire streams. Oh, right, there's another sconce there. Once again, instead of bothering to go back, I'll just use a flame butterfly. Now, the question is, should I fight the pursuer or run away from it? Because there's a chance to basically fight the second boss very early here. This is not where I need to be. I need to drop down here. Alright. There's a specific character I have to find in this area, who I like quite a lot. Thank you, Christy. That is where you can find our VODs at beyond 60 days. You can find the ones from the last 60 days here on Twitch. Anything beyond that, you're going to have to go to that YouTube channel. Who is still shooting at me? Motherfucker. Oh, hi. That's where you were. Yeah, cut that shit out. I don't like this. Fucked that up. It's fine, it still worked out, but it wasn't what I was trying to do. Oh, whoops. Stop making me into a goddamn pincushion. Oh, I see you over there. Don't think I don't see you over there. Gaston, figure out where you're going, please. Keep going, baby. This is how much I care that I'm getting shot. As I say, this game, all these games get much easier on subsequent playthroughs because you always level up faster than the monsters do. I think that's everything down here. There's a way to drop down without dying. Here it is. Back up and around. So what have we learned today? We've learned that Sonic the Hedgehog is exactly like a heavily armored clown. We've learned that being heavily medicated makes me bad at precise strategy games, and also strategy games without randomization have randomization. Go. What lessons have you all learned? Oh, that doesn't look comfortable. Let's pose for a photo. Photo op! I had thought that there was a treasure over here, but apparently I was mistaken. Very nice. I learned that gorgeous view ahead. I've learned that you can only love Dark Souls if you don't understand it at all or understand it extremely well. You know what? I don't think that's untrue. Oh, wow. That's why I want these games to... I want these games to be better and appeal to more people. Alright. Now be careful, because there's a trap here. It's very subtle. Now here's another cool character. He's also hollowing. And it's very sad.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was just daydreaming, I think.
I think what you mean, Bad Road, is try finger butthole.
Like yourself. I'm navigating the continent to create a map. Why cartography, you ask? Well, that's a good question. When I first came into this forsaken land, it was... a curse? Something about a curse?
This is just the saddest thing, hearing them try to remember things.
I seem to have lost my focus. But I do know one thing for certain. I have always been very fond of maps. I came to this...
There's a couple of them that are extra sad, like Lucatiel.
Drangleic, the Lost Kingdom. It sounded so romantic. Have you seen Majula? Oh, there's a rather spacious mansion there. I've made it my temporary home. Well, as something of a squatter, I'm afraid. Inside the mansion, I found a strange map, like none I'd ever seen. I believe that it's a map of Drangleic. Now I'm traveling the land to prove it. Yes, that's it. That's why I came to the kingdom. Wait, no, that wasn't it. Then what? I don't seem to recall.
Poor baby.
Were you looking for that map? Wonderful. Then you're fascinated by maps.
And he gets so excited when he thinks you're fascinated by maps.
Shame on you. You should have told me before.
It's like I finally found a kindred spirit.
A key to the mansion. What a joy to meet a kindred spirit out here. Incredible, really, isn't it? Such a map to be chiseled in stone. Oh, but one thing. I would not venture deep into the mansion. Now, I can't be certain, but I've heard disturbing noises. Something about it feels wrong. Just be careful, please.
A lot of games seem to have trouble switching audio outputs on the fly, Bad Road. I've been noticing that a lot the past couple years since we've started streaming. Alright. Now we can continue on. If there's one thing you don't want to miss in this game, it's characters. They're all great. There's no Knight of Katarina in this one, which is a little disappointing. The Katarina armor's in it, though. In fact, I've got it. It's not as powerful as what I'm wearing. But it is adorable and round. The Knights of Katarina are all big softies. Oh! I thought he was dead. I was incorrect. Adorable and round was my nickname in preschool, says Christy. Oh right, I need to switch out magic arrows for fire arrows. Real quick. Because there's a thing here, it's another thing that a lot of people miss. Because if you don't already know what to look for, you might not notice that that wall's about to crumble. And that these barrels are full of black powder. So a lot of people just miss that shortcut entirely. Understandably so. Alright, so are we gonna fight the pursuer here? He's kind of tough because there's other enemies around him. So this is actually like a pretty tough spot to fight him, and you're actually expected to run away. But we can give it a shot. There, now my sword glows. And everyone knows that if your sword glows, that makes it better. There's one down. Where? There you are. Oh shit, I just fucking broke the enchantment. That's fine. Ooh, I'm fucking this up bad, huh? That's alright. I'll get it. Smoosh 'em good. Oh, fucked it up. Oh, fucked it up bad. Ouch. No worries, I still got this. Also, I got hollowed by his sword stabbing me. You'll notice that my max health is now lowered. I got this, alright. As you can see, once again, the strategy is to circle counterclockwise. Because everyone is right-handed. Alright. There. Oh, I missed. And now it's over. Normally you are not supposed to beat him this early. That's supposed to catch you by off guard and get you killed. Or get you to run away. And I guess we can unhollow now. It's fine. All hollowing actually does is get rid of your clown face, your clown paint. That's it. There's another Estus Flask shard that I don't need. But now we don't have to fight him at the end of the area, which is kind of funny. Drop attacks are kind of shitty in Dark Souls 1 and 2. They're great in Dark Souls 3. There we go. Got him. Alright, so let's save at the bonfire again. Now, who knows the name Patches? He's got a different voice actor in this game. And they call him Pate, but if you look at him, he's very clearly the same person. Both from how he acts and from how he looks. Oh, hey, look at you. I don't remember you being here. The name makes me immediately angry. Yes, that is exactly how you should feel about Patches. Ah, come at me. Now, most of these phantoms are not in the first playthrough. Huh. Didn't expect to take that last hit. Alright, so this is him. This is he. Look at that smarmy fucking face. Look at this piece of shit. I see you there. I see you looking directly at the camera for some reason. That's not weird or anything. What? What are you gonna fucking do? Asshole.
Hello there. Traveling all alone in these treacherous times. Well, I hope you have a very good reason. Oh, hogwash. Who am I to judge? My name is Pate. I journey hither and thither on a sort of treasure hunt, you might call it. Be careful out
As
there.
well as
There's
Unbreakable
talk about
Patches
savory
from Dark
bandits
Souls
who prey
3.
upon travelers like
And
yourself.
Patches the Spider in Bloodborne.
Oh yes, you be cautious if you go any farther. There's treasure in there for certain, but the entrance locks from behind. I saw the same design earlier, and it's the same contraption, I'm sure. I was with this warrior, you see.
The thing that he
He
does
insisted
is
that he
push
go
people
inside
to
first.
go after some treasure. And then fucks
The
them
rather
over.
brusque fellow tried to swipe the loot for himself.
He tries to get
but
people
trapped
killed
inside.
in order to steal from them, essentially.
I still have the gent's ring. I do hope he wasn't harmed. I'll leave this one to you. I'm worried about what might be inside.
In the other games, he's got a voice more like this. That's a terrible impersonation. But you get the idea, at least. Shit. I forgot these were phantoms in this loop. Phantoms are always more powerful than their normal enemy counterparts. Alright, we'll light our torch. Page the Extremely Punchable. That's a good name for him. Or just Punchable Pate. Now what's interesting, well, that's a story thing for later. And if I decide to play this whole loop through, then y'all will get to experience that for yourself. Just a sec. Where is the... torch in this room? I know there is one. There it is. Where is the bass drum? Yes, that's exactly what I was going to say. Okay, so this door's locked. But just make some noise. They'll open it for you. Don't worry. Come on, friend. Tried to hit me with his shield. Also, I completely forgot to re-equip the serpent ring. Excuse me. Always gotta check. Especially with the metal chests, because there's no risk to it. If you hit a wooden chest twice... Isn't it nice of them? If you hit a wooden chest twice, then it'll break. But metal chests, it's fine. Now this one's trapped. Which means either a crossbow or... It was crossbows, but it could also be poison. And there's some that'll occasionally be stone. They're randomized. As long as you're ready for them, they're no threat. Of course, that does mean you have to be ready for them. Because they can actually be kinda scary if you're not. Check that one. Check that one. We're good? Alright. There's a slab, which is the final upgrade for standard weapons. And there's a Chloranthy ring, which I already have the +2 Chloranthy ring, so it doesn't really matter. But, you know, secrets. Might as well. It's worth it for that slab, probably, anyway. Alright, now let's go through Pate's doorway. Repair weapon. Let's see if I can get this right. There's a chance that I'll just get swarmed and killed instantly. That does occasionally happen depending on how they decide to run at me. There we go. Fortunately, they just ran in a straight line. Nah, come at me. Boom! Two-handed overhead attack. Return the slab. Never. So yeah, that can easily get you killed. If you're not prepared for what happens anyway. Oh, there's a secret door in here. I think it's closer to the end of the hall. In fact, I think it is the end of the hall. Secret doors in Dark Souls are kind of a point of contention. Because there's really nothing indicating them like 99% of the time. Was it up at the top of the stairs? Oh, no, there it is. I actually don't know what this return the slab thing is. But I feel like I should return the slab at this point. Oh, okay. See, I didn't watch a lot of that show. Do y'all ever think about how Courage was a show they wanted kids to watch? I mean, there's a lot of shows that, looking back, that we watched as kids that might seem a bit inappropriate for children nowadays by modern standards. A lot of the movies I really liked as a child, for instance. Anything by Don Bluth. A lot of people are going to think that's too scary for kids now. Which I don't necessarily think is fair, because kids are a lot tougher than adults. Hey, Pate, it didn't work. Motherfucker. Yeah, fuck that guy.
Well, I see you managed to escape. I hope that brave warrior didn't come a cropper either. Be careful out there. There's talk of unsavory bandits who prey upon travelers like yourself.
Yeah, it was horror for kids.
Oh. But you should take this.
I should take this?
It allows undead to call out for help to one another, across the fissures between worlds. With luck, somebody will lend you a hand.
I mean, there was episodes of Eerie, Indiana and Are You Afraid of the Dark that are fucking
I see you
terrifying.
managed to escape.
It's not for every kid, but I certainly don't see the harm in some kids watching it.
Be careful out.
I didn't scare easily. I scare much more easily now, if I'm being honest. Which is funny, because I don't really scare now. Here, explode for me. Thanks. I appreciate it when they do what I ask. Oh, hey, look! Look! It's a phantasmal, ironclad. Smoosh him good. There's more CGI than I remember now that I've searched for Courage CGI. A lot of Are You Afraid of the Dark episodes were just kind of heartwarming. That's true. Like the ghost who just wanted his coat. Aww. This guy is definitely turtly enough for the Turtle Club. Holy shit, that fucking movie. Wait a second, you're not a treasure. You're just some asshole. Horizontal strike. This will be important later. This is not a tree. This is a corpse. That comes into play with the entire series, but especially this one. The giants are tree creatures. Their hearts are filled with light. The humans are flesh creatures. Their hearts are filled with darkness. And the undead are dead creatures, whose hearts are filled with fire. Return the slab bit. I will watch that later. Thank you. The different art styles and Courage really brought across the idea that he was dealing with otherworldly forces. It's such a good design. I do have to go back and watch more of that show at some point. It's just one that I never got around to more than anything. I thought this one was supposed to be unlit. Oh well, let's use it to light. Boing! And another torch over here too, excellent. Dude, I see you. Come on. There, got him. And him. And him. Single combo, 3 dudes die. Treasure check. There was an episode with the gay couple. Courage helps Kitty escape her abusive boyfriend so she can run away with Bunny. Oh, that's adorable. It's almost like cartoons have always been political. Alright, these fuckers right here, they get to die. Oh, this is the great thing. I think I just triggered it correctly. No, maybe? Let's see. Is it going to trigger correctly? Yes! So, this is one of many strange AI bits. That guy does not know how to reach you. And he will just fucking run like hell. And that's it. There's a lot of that shit in the series, but that's one of the most hilariously blatant ones. Alright, there's that. There's another ironclad back here. What's up, Turtle Man? Shit. Oh, I thought for sure he was just gonna fall on me. Nope, there he goes. Just to say fuck you, Zoo. He falls on me afterwards. There's a Hamber Herb. Alright, this is a trap, by the way. In case it wasn't obvious, this is a trap. So, let's trigger it. And then just give it kind of a fuck you trap treatment. B, it's okay that you're late. Were you playing a very cool video game? Now we're almost at the first boss, even though we already killed a boss. This is the intended first boss up ahead. I'm even going to summon phantoms for it, because although phantoms tend to make life more difficult in these games... Let me just grab a bit of flame real quick. Phantoms tend to make life more difficult in these games, more so in Dark Souls 1 than the other two, because they double the HP of a boss without actually contributing all that much. I like to use the ones that are relevant to the story. Have a new profile picture on Twitch. Well, I will look at that later. I bet it's great, though. Large leather shield. And we grab this. For more fire arrows. Open up that door that previously wouldn't open from this side. Leads right back to the bonfire, essentially. Oh, there he is. I don't think I even have to stop off. Been using my current Mastodon profile pic for like years now, and I'm not sure I want to change it. Yeah, I understand. I understand that. On the other hand, sometimes it's just fun to change things, and you can always change it back. Oh, hi. Didn't see you come in. Dude, your shield was clearly not up. Why were you blocking my attacks? Alright, so, here's Pate. Motherfucker Pate. And over here is my pal, Salsor Luigi. Everyone loves Luigi because his weapons are doors. I think Xenon can relate. Also, he's wearing the same armor as me. Well, part of the same armor. But he does have Havel's body armor. Only mine's bigger because I'm bigger. I am Lorg. This sword is approximately the size of the sword I got in Dragon Quest XI right before the demo ended. Very nice. Alright, so now we're gonna fight the last giant. He's not actually the last giant, by the way. But he's the last surviving giant in the forest. Not Bashful Ray, strict downgrade. That's true, we do get Bashful Ray later. He doesn't come for a lot of bosses is all. He's more into mook hunting. God, I love the design of the giants. The giants also, like, crossbred with the humans. So there are certain giants who do not have that knothole face. But I think this is a really good choice for a first boss. It very much gives you a good feeling for what the game's going to look like. Nope. Oh, is he pulling out his sword yet? No, not yet. Should be soon. Here he goes. Rip. That's his sword. He literally rips off his arm in order to try and beat you to death with it. Alright. Victory achieved. And now we've got the soldier key, which will open up the way forward. He's like a boner in that he is willing to use his own limbs as weapons. Yes. Also, Melentia has headed back to Machula. And that seems like a good point to... Well, first let's head back to Machula real quick. We'll head back to Machula. And level up once, because we've actually got enough souls to do so.
Are unutterable. The four endowed with immense souls.
That's what she said!
Their souls will serve as beacons. Once you have found them, return here to me.
They are endowed with immense souls.
Bearer of the curse. Seek souls. Larger, more powerful souls. Seek the king, lest this land swallow you whole.
Alright, now let's level up real quick. Let's see. I can continue to raise my intelligence and faith. I can also continue to level up my vitality so that I can one day equip a great bow. Though great bow arrows are not as interesting as regular arrows, so probably won't do that. Dexterity? Meh. Yeah, let's keep going with intelligence and faith for now. I think they'll help the most in the long run. Oh, that's not where I meant to travel, silly me. And here we are. So, thanks everyone for coming. Check out how fucking cool I am. Schedule for the next week looks like tomorrow is Monday, so that's Christy with Ark Survival Evolved. Tuesday is Andrea with whatever Andrea's playing. Wednesday will be either Starbound or the next part of Tale. I think Starbound is how it's looking right now. Thursday will be Alice with more Batman. Friday will be Katie with more Killer 7. Saturday morning will be Christy's Wildcard stream. And Sunday, I might play more of this. I forgot how much fun it is to stream it. It's just a nice, silly, fairly relaxing game. For a sec, I thought today was Monday, says B. Technically, it is Monday on the East Coast. That's true. We're 53 minutes from Monday over here. So, thanks everyone so much for coming by. We really appreciate you being here. Even if you've decided to just lurk and watch, that's wonderful. We love our lurkers. Below here, the stream on the page, if you look down a bit, you might notice that there's a stream team listed. That's the truck community, or those of us who stream, and they are well worth following and keeping up with and watching. They're all pretty rad. Thanks for keeping up with the quote bot tonight. I really do appreciate it, and I hope we can get more of that level of proactivity in the future. And yeah, I guess that's it. I've been Sue. I hate video games, and give my regards to the next frog you meet.